You are now live. Good evening, guys. Welcome to my Instagram live. I started 2 minutes early because I'm unclear of whether I would be able to connect. Because right now, if you look around me, I'm in a studio. All right, and that's Mike, my cameraman. Okay, and I'm recording tons of videos in this screen behind me, which is green, as you can see. This is called chroma key or green screen, which is basically allows V Studios to put whatever they can at the back of the images. So it's a Sunday. I decided to lock myself in our very own studio in QI Tower and to record tons of videos. Now, the great news to all of you who are watching today, today I'm re-recording my 8 basic building blocks. Okay, and I was just watching my old 8 basic building blocks. Unbelievable, guys. I recorded the first one wearing a green suit and a yellow tie, if you remember. Kuna, my brother, gave me the suit and tie because I never owned a suit and tie at that time. And I recorded it, I think, 19-20 years ago. Okay? And that became the foundation of the global network, to use the 8 basic building blocks as the first training for your sign up. Okay? Which consists of 8 very simple modules which is required for the person to start building their QNet business. And then, after a few years, after 6 years of that, I recorded a new version called the 8 Basic Building Blocks Rebuilt, which again, I was watching it and falling off the chair. I was wearing a suit which was too big for my body. I had no beard. I was clean shaven. And then I recorded an 8 Basic Building Blocks Express, which I think was not a 2-hour video, but brought down to a 1-hour video. So today at the studio, I'm recording the full 8 basic building blocks, 2 hours, which will be broken down to block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. And I'm trying to keep it as original as I can, adding new information. And to those of y'all watching the Instagram live today, the purpose of the 8 basic building blocks is to be the foundation, okay? The foundation of your networking journey. But a lot of people fail to understand. And I want you guys today, thank you for the floating hearts, my favorite part of Instagram live. Thank you for all your messages with smiley faces, hearts, 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 hearts. Prince Abi, Kishan, Anil, Ilyas, Sawik, Vishal, okay, wherever you guys are from, okay, this is your chief on Instagram live in his own private studio, all right, which Dato Sri Vijay allowed us to build in the QI Tower so we can record tons of videos for you. Now, before I get started talking about the 8 basic building blocks, all right, I want to address the most exciting news last week, week 23, whereby the V, your grand upline, a great team of warriors, all right, in a division of the V called the Creative Lab in the Philippines, Manila, relaunched VTube and relaunched VTube as a new platform using my favorite color blue, all right, as a whole new concept of your engagement with VTube. Now, VTube is, of course, the only networking video platform which exists on the planet in the network marketing industry, with thousands of videos from the great ones, Dato Sri Vijay, Japadas Bismarck, the V partners, AVPs, V council, V elite leaders, fun videos, full modules that were shared on VCon stage. All right. My Wednesday message, Dato Sri's in the zone, Japa's mindfulness, all is launched and loaded onto VTube. Now, VTube today, when you get a link to a brand new video, You only get to watch it for 24 hours. Then it locks. But don't panic. All you have to do is register with VTube. That means put your name, your IRID, your email, your group name. Register for free. And immediately you get to watch it for a few more days for free. But if you want full access to VTube, if you want to watch all the videos of the founders of the V Partners, full modules to keep you switched on all the time, then you go to the QNet eStore and you can subscribe for full access VTube for 50 RSP, one of the best RSP products, value for money, all right, in my opinion. And you also qualify for your RSP requirement every month. You just buy 50 RSP, 50 RSP, 50 RSP. You qualify for rank advancement requirements, but you also get access, all right, to VTube. 24 hours a day, every single video, including the premium videos, all right, of Dato Sri Vijay, Japadas Bismarck, the V Partners, which are simply unbelievable. And today, on this Instagram Live, I want to go back to the basics, guys. Because as I was watching my old 8 basic building blocks and recording it today block by block, I realized that the first block, dream, which I've spoken about so many times with Latika, all right, I've spoken on day 2 at VCon, which I consider the most fundamental clarity that you need in your mind to start your journey. Because without this dream, all right, you're not going to last. Okay, you're going to switch off. You're going to give up. That the dream is what is going to keep you alive, because the dream is your compelling reason. It pushes you to work. It pushes you not to have fear when you face challenges, when you face rejection. That dream has to exist strong here and then here in your heart. All right, and I've spoken about it a lot, but today on this Instagram Live, to all of you watching, I want to talk about block number 2 and block number 3. All right, because these are the foundation blocks. Before you go into inviting, prospecting, presentation, follow through, all right, counsel with upline, duplicate, block number 2 and block number 3 to me are fundamental blocks. These are very important basic blocks for you to start your journey, which I believe many of you take for granted, and many of you no longer focus on this block anymore. That you run through it too fast. All right, because the 8 basic building blocks is something you have to sit down with your sign up. And today you could do it on Zoom, on Skype, or face to face, because the world, congratulations, is becoming normal. This is week 24. All right, and it's the month of my birthday, the month of June. So my birthday is on June 24th. Don't forget. All right, and the only gift I want from you guys is you get more sign-ups and you get closer to max out. All right, that'll be the greatest gift to your chief. But I realized that people send the link of 8 basic building blocks to their downlines and ask them to watch. The purpose of the 8 basic building block is not for somebody to watch. It is something you do with your new sign-up. It's a joint effort, because there are a lot of activities in the 8 basic building blocks that needs to be discussed. All right, the 8 basic building blocks itself will have questions that your downlines are going to ask you, and you need to give them answers and give them clarity. So today on this Instagram Live, I want to talk about block number 2. All right, and basic building block number 2 is my favorite, which is called commitment. All right, some word that many of you have forgotten. You don't understand. It is the only English word that is followed more than usual with the word phobia. Commitment phobia, which applies to this relationship where men generally, because they are morons most of the time, are afraid of commitment in a relationship to a girl they love, because they think commitment, all right, removes all freedom. Commitment, all right, demolishes your freedom, destroys your freedom. That, oh my God, I have to be committed. And today, especially the younger generation, like me and you, all right, don't like this word commitment. We think it's too strong. We think it's too powerful. all right, that it's something that you cannot give because you think you are sacrificing your life towards giving a commitment to somebody. But this is the biggest problem or challenge that we face in network marketing, that everyone loves QNet, everyone wants to be part of QNet, everyone wants financial freedom, everyone wants their dreams to be written down on a list and they want to talk about it on stage and said, I found my dream with QNet, thank you Chief, thank you Dato Sri, thank you Japa. But then you don't give that commitment. All right, your dream is not going to become a reality without commitment. Commitment is making a decision and sticking with it. Commitment is not to ever give up, regardless how challenging the journey becomes. Commitment is one of the most fundamental things in network marketing. And the biggest problem all of you face with your downlines, when you talk to your downlines, is to get commitment from them that they love QNet, all right? They love the concept. They understand the power of network marketing. They know that this is the business of the future, especially the last 8 weeks when there was a pandemic. Everyone was looking for an opportunity, all right, to earn money. And the only opportunity is network marketing, because QNet is the only network marketing company that you can do 100% online and max out from your living room, max out from your kitchen or your sofa, all right, which many people have proven the last 8 weeks. But it requires commitment. And the biggest challenge I see when you deal with networkers is to extract that commitment from them. So my first rule of commitment is monkey see, monkey do. The fundamental lesson Dato Sri Vijay taught us, that you cannot ask for commitment if you don't show commitment. So the danger of a networker is they want their downlines to give 7 days a week, 18 hours a day, but they do not give 7 days a week and 18 hours a day. So there is a contradiction of what you are asking for and what you show. All right. So if you don't show commitment, how can you ask for commitment? Like I always said, all right, leadership is leadership by example. Lead by example. Walk your talk. All right. So for the past 22 years, I am doing this business 7 days a week, 18 to 22 hours a day, guys. I used to sleep only for 2 hours, but now I'm getting older and wiser. I need at least 6 hours of sleep. So that means 18 hours of the time I'm awake, I'm committed to your dreams. I'm committed to Dato Sri Vijay's vision of making QNet the greatest network marketing organization in the world. And this is serious commitment. That I keep telling people, I am not in QNet. QNet is in me. All right. So if you talk to somebody with the 8 basic building blocks, the first training you do with your downlines, all right, which I hope everyone in the world is applying, don't modify it. The original version of the 8 basic building blocks is what I learned from the greatest networkers in the world, all right, including Dato Sri Vijay, Japadas Bismarck. And commitment is a serious discussion with your downline, that you cannot rush through it. That block number 2 of commitment is something you require time to talk with your sign up. You need to clearly define in their life, what commitment are you expecting from them? What commitment are they expecting to give to achieve the max out and the dreams that they want to achieve? And this is fundamentally important. And this discussion, this conversation you have with a new sign up, you cannot be afraid to talk about this. You cannot be afraid to demand for commitment. You cannot be afraid to define commitment to them. All right? Because commitment is completely dependent on their dream, you know. So if their dream is big, if they want a pink private jet plane with yellow polka dots, like I said in my old, all right, 8 basic building blocks, if they want to max out in 1 year, if they want to fly first class and buy their dream car and achieve greatness in network marketing, you must be able to tell them the truth of the commitment required to achieve this. Don't tell them, take your time, relax. This business is very flexible. Yes, it is flexible. All right, people can give 2 days a week, 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 10 hours a week. But it all depends on what they want. It all depends on what they want as a result of their journey with QNet. And if they want something big, if their dream is huge, all right, guys, then the commitment must equally match it. And this is where your conversation with them, all right, on the block number 2 is an intense conversation. It's a heart-to-heart conversation. You got to lay out the reality to them. Don't lie. Don't tell them they can max out by giving 1 day a week. It may take them 10, 20 years to max out. But today people are talking about maxing out in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. All right, max out is a big dream, requires big commitment. So my question to all of you watching me on Instagram Live today, do you think your commitment is high enough? Are you really committed to this business? I want you to enjoy this journey. This journey can be tremendous fun. All right, and I have enjoyed it and I'm loving it. All right, 24 hours a day. But it requires great sacrifice. It requires commitment. Now imagine if you started your own traditional business. Imagine if you started a restaurant, all right, or a traditional business, all right. Can you imagine the commitment required? You would have given up your life completely. You won't attend even your own children's birthday. You will miss out on every social event in your life. All right, you will be sitting down in that restaurant from 4 a.m. in the morning, prepping all the way to midnight. Get home at 2 a.m. and wake up again at 4, 5 a.m. to run your restaurant. All right, that's commitment, in a traditional business. But the mistake people make when they come into QNet, they don't treat it as a serious business. Because QNet is delayed gratification. Work now, commit now, pay the price now, all right, until you max out, and then enjoy life. All right, that you cannot have freedom and commitment together. Freedom is a result of the commitment you give. If you give commitment now for 2 years, 3 years, which is not a big deal, all right, you're not missing out on much. You're missing out on what you think is important. All right, for what reason? You miss out on somebody's birthday, they will forgive you. You don't attend the social events in your life but focus on your business, is not the end of the world. Because when you max out, all right, go and attend all the weddings you want. Take out your best friends to the best dinner. Fly them all first class to a destination for 1 weekend and have the party of your lifetime, if that's what you really want to do. But commitment now is necessary. All right? So this concept of delayed gratification, people don't understand. Pay the price now and enjoy later. All right? And you got to build this expectation into your new sign up. All right? Don't make this business sound so flexible. All right? No commitment required. Just do a little bit here and there and you can max out. You know it's not going to happen. All right? So you need to give a wake-up call to your downlines. And I'm giving a wake-up call to all of you right now who are sending me all these floating hearts, my favorites. All right? What is your commitment right now? Are you committed enough? Is this really your full-time mentality towards QNet, towards max out? All right? Are you really paying the price? Or are you just treating it as something part-time mentally? See, you can do this business part-time physically because you still have a job and it's okay. But mentally, you got to be a full-time IR. Mentally, you got to really treat this as a serious business, as your own business. And your commitment must be seen, felt and heard by everyone in your organization. Then it's duplicated. All right? Like Dato Sri Vijay is my benchmark of commitment. I watched this great man for 22 years of my journey. And until today, all right, I try my best to make him proud by being 10% of him. Being 100% of him, it's a tall order. It's a tall order, guys. All right. And I'll be honest. All right. I love my mentor and I've tried to duplicate him to the best of my ability. But his commitment level towards us, towards the vision, towards your dreams is simply unbelievable. And I'm trying to duplicate. All right. But who is your benchmark of commitment? So if you have 2 downlines, 20 downlines, 200 downlines, 2,000 downlines, 20,000 downlines, commitment, you must project it to them. They must see it in you. They must feel it in you. They must hear it in your language. All right? They must see you being committed. If you look at my Instagram, if you look at my Facebook, all right, it's all about commitment, 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 commitment to you, to the vision of Dato Sri Vijay. Because I'm a businessman. I own my own business. And it requires commitment. And today my commitment is no longer towards my dreams, but it's towards your dreams. This is a promise I made to Dato Sri Vijay. This is a promise I made to my mother, God bless her soul. All right? That I'm not going to abandon the people who look up to me. And you cannot abandon the people who look up to you guys. All right? So where is your commitment level right now? So let me tell you, as chief, with all the trespass, I love you morons with my heart, but your commitment is not high enough. It is time to raise the bar higher. All right? That your commitment must reach a point that it inspires people in your organization. You know you're not doing enough. You know you can do more presentation. You know you can follow your system better. All right? You know you can inspire your downlines better, that you can hold their hand and help them throughout their journey. You know you can do much more. You know you can do much more. I'm going to make a t-shirt. I love it. All right? You know you can do much more, guys. Your ability to commit, your ability to work harder is far greater than you know right now. So commitment, basic building block number 2, is a fundamental basic building block. All right? It is what defines, okay, the speed of your success. The higher your commitment, the faster you achieve your success. The bigger your sacrifice, the faster you achieve max out. All right? And if you want your network to perform, you need to perform. If you need your network to make sacrifices, you need to make sacrifices. If you want your network to do more presentation, you must do more presentation. It's as simple as that, guys. Monkey see, monkey do. Remember this. And it applies to commitment. Now, when you have your conversation, all right, with the person you are doing the 8 basic building blocks, all right, and if you have not watched the 8 basic building blocks, confront your upline. It's a mandatory training. All right, it's the most fundamental training. That's all you need to know when you get started. Don't overwhelm yourself with too much. 8 basic building blocks is more than enough for you to get started and start earning and start building an organization. And it's the easiest training module to duplicate in your network. All right, and block number 2, commitment, commitment, commitment. Spend time on that block. All right, really try to understand your new sign up. Understand what they want. What is their dreams? Then you can define the commitment required. And once you have got an understanding of the commitment they are willing to give, your duty as upline is to hold their hand and make sure they stick to their promise. Make sure they stick to the commitment level. Reconnecting. Okay, sorry guys, there was a Wi-Fi issue and reconnecting. All right, I hope I'm back live and all of you can see my gorgeous face, your upline, your chief. All right, so once you define that commitment, okay, with that person, you follow them and make sure they keep to their word. If they say 4 days a week, make sure you are bugging them 4 days a week with the core activities of presentation, attending your system, creating results, TAT, whether the TAT is small or big doesn't matter. All right, as long as you follow through, because TAT is also commitment. All right, and then as they start their journey, you got to establish trespass, All right, get them to empty their cup like my last Wednesday message, which a lot of you loved. All right, and get them to increase their commitment level. All right, as their network grows, their commitment must grow. As the organization grows bigger, it requires a higher level of commitment from you. And don't panic. When you reach max out, you will start enjoying life. So give up a little bit. Sacrifice right now. Delayed gratification. Pay the price now and enjoy the results later. That is what network marketing is ultimately about. So commitment, block number 2. Now block number 3, all right, which is something that nobody focuses on today because of technology. But I am an old school networker. Dato Sri Vijay is old school. Block number 3 is the list. All right, you heard this before. List. And the list is an underestimated block because it sounds very practical, It sounds very basic. Okay, Chief, I'll make a list. Thank you very much. No! The list, to me, block number 3 is the most important part of starting your journey. All right? It is the most important part. That the list is fundamentally the most important part of starting your journey. And many of you right now watching this video, all right, or watching my Insta live, you don't have a list. I know it. All right, you just go through your contact list on your phone. All right, you have it stored somewhere and you use your mental memory to remember who you're supposed to prospect. Not acceptable. Now, the first aspect of the list is writing down the list of your dreams. It must be written down. I still have my list of dreams from 1998. I still keep it. The paper is all creased up and dirty with tea stains and my fingers, All right? But that was my starting point, guys. That was the things I wanted. My first car, which I bought for cash, is on that list. And your dream list is a fundamental reference point for you to take out and read. It's supposed to be written from your heart. It's not supposed to be written like homework, The list is not homework. The list is something deeper. It's taking a pen, any pen, taking a piece of paper, writing dream lists, all right, underlining it 3 times like school to express the importance of it, and then writing down the dreams that you want to achieve through this great platform called QNet. And this dream list is, I cannot re-emphasize how important it is. So each of you today, after this Insta live, all right, write down your dream list if you have not done it. If you have done it, take it out. I used to look at my dream list every single day of my journey. Every single day I used to look at my dream list. All right, my dream list was the most important list in my life. All right, I still have it. Now I have a new dream list. All right, upgraded from the old one, attached to the old one, where I keep writing my new dreams, which are now more personal to me. All right, which involves a lot of you watching this Instagram live. All of you, that my list today is to fulfill Dato Sri Vijay's dream of touching 1 billion hearts. That QNet to be recognized as one of the greatest network marketing companies in the world. That we are going to change billion lives around the world. That's part of my dream list today. All right, and you need to rewrite, add things to your dream list, because your original dream list, you have achieved a lot of that list with your commissions. Now you need to dream bigger, and you got to write it down. And there's something about writing something down, because since we left college, we have not used a pen and paper. Technology has removed the romance from our life. All right, now we send I love you on WhatsApp. All right, we send poems on WhatsApp. We write love letters and put it on social media. All right, but today when you receive a letter in your post box, a letter, all right, not a bill, not a statement, not your electricity bill or some stupid thing from your bank. I'm talking about a letter written by your grandmother, written by a auntie or friend, and you open it it immediately ignites an emotional feeling because you know the effort the person took to write it, with a pen. All right, so that's the nostalgic, the old school, all right, bringing out that emotion towards your dreams. Fundamentally important. So if your dream list is not written on a piece of paper with a pen with your own hands, all right, do it tonight after this Instagram live. Write down your dream list, guys. All right, it's an irreplaceable thing, okay, by writing it down. Now the second part of the list is the name list. Name list. Your starting point of your journey. All of you got your contact list on your mobile phone, the one I'm using right now. Okay, but wake up and smell the coffee. You need to write down the names. So take a piece of paper, and this is what you're doing with your new sign up in the 8 basic building blocks. It's an engagement module. It is not only a listen to module. It's not only watch this gorgeous chief, all right, on the video and do it on yourself, do it by yourself. All right, it is not a DIY concept. It's do it with your upline. That means you are sitting down there and watching your new sign up write down the names on that list. Now, the minimum number of names on anyone's list today is 150. All right, if anyone cannot write 150 on their name list, there's something wrong with you. You have lived in a cave in the foothills of Mount Everest or the Himalayas, alone in a cave. All right, because the whole world, United Nations, all the statistics I have read, has clearly said that the average circle of influence of a human being today is 200. All right, minimum. Okay, so you need to write 150 names. And again, it needs to be written. All right, you need to write it down on a piece of paper. All right, I know you're looking at me and say, but Chief, I have it in my notes in my phone. We are a technological company, e-commerce, the world has changed. My foot. All right, shut up, listen and do, guys. To your chief, to your upline, take a piece of paper, all right, and write down the names. And very important is when you write down the names, don't think, just write down. Hot, warm, cold. Never prejudge. The mistake we all made, even me, in the early days, when we wrote a list, we said, oh, this guy is already rich. He doesn't want QNet. There's no such thing. He is rich, he wants to be richer, trust me. Oh, this auntie, she doesn't like me. She will nag me. If she becomes my downline, I will suffer. Shut up and write her name down. Alright, write every name in your circle of influence divided to hot, warm and cold. And this list is a reference point. I have a list today, alright, which is updated every single day. I get on a flight, I add 5 names to the list. Alright, I go to a restaurant, I add 2 names to the list. Alright, of course, my list is now predominantly cold. Alright, but I love doing presentation to cold contacts. It's so much fun. Alright, and if Chief is still having names on his list, if Chief is still doing presentations today, what is your excuse? What is your problem? I'm already financially free and I'm still doing it because monkey see, monkey do. Dato Sri Vijay has people on his list today. He sends them to me, all right, for me to do the presentation. He walks through a hotel lobby. He will add 12 names to his list, just like that. On a plane, he gets off of a plane, he will send me a name and phone number. I said, who is this, Ane? He'll say, oh, I just met this guy on the plane. He was flying with me. I told him about QNet. He wants to see the plan. So call him and do your presentation. Alright, guys? So the name list is a fundamental starting point of your journey. And you must never reach a point of arrogance or full cup. That even if you are a max out king and a max out queen, you need a name list that is constantly growing and constantly added to and added to and added to. It should never stop. The name list never stops, guys. Alright? That's the key to success. Because you have the greatest business opportunity in your hands called QNet. A business that will survive a pandemic, recession, depression. an e-commerce business. Who on this planet doesn't want us? All right? They need QNet. So stop sitting on your ass and singing Kumbaya with your mother-in-law, all right? And go out there and do presentation. But do presentation to who? To who? The names on your list. So I don't care if you've been in this business for 1 week or 1 year or 10 years. All right? Your name list should be a piece of paper or multiple pieces of paper that is constantly with you. And every night when you go back home, all right, make sure you take out your name list. How many presentations you have done? What did they say? Yes, 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 no, maybe. All right? And then you have to go back to your name list and call old people who today lost their jobs. All right? Whose today's traditional businesses have gone bankrupt. All right? That means they are now a renewed prospect. They said no to you 2 years ago. They will say yes today. Trust me. But you need their name on a list somewhere, or not, how are you going to remember? So I go through my name list and I have prospects from 1999 who said no to me, who I still send them a WhatsApp as recently as last week. Hey bro, let's catch up. All right, no harm. Coffee. I can afford to buy coffee for millions of people. All right. So meet up and said, how's your life? All right. Remember in 1999, I spoke to you about a business. It's sad that you didn't sign up because now we have crossed 20 over million people and QNet is the fastest growing network marketing company in the world. All right. And I want to talk to you about it now. We got new products. We got Manchester City. All right. We are e-commerce. We have a beautiful QNet app. All right. We got some unbelievable products. Worst case scenario, he's going to buy a home pure, a biodisc, a cheap pendant, a trip saver, guaranteed. I will not leave the table until he buys or she buys something from me. All right. So my name list is such a powerful tool for me to get renewed prospects, those who said no to me earlier. So your name list has to be written down, guys. All right. There is no other option. That the dream list, the name list, minimum 150 names. You sit down with your new sign up for 1 hour if necessary. Use memory joggers. All right. How many people have twins? How many people own a Toyota? How many people you know in US? How many people you know in Europe? How many friends do you know who know somebody in Africa? All right. How many people you know run their own business? How many people your wife knows, your mother-in-law knows? All right. And you do memory joggers and you sit there and make sure they complete 150 names written on their list, divided to hot, warm, and cold. And then Act 48, all right, from the name list, from the hot list, all right, 2 sign-ups within 48 hours. It's as simple as that. So today, I'm sitting here in the QI Tower in our very own V studio, all right, with the green screen, with the roof, all right, and I'm recording the remake 2020 of the 8 basic building blocks, which should be available on VTube. All right, which I'll allow you to watch for free if you register with VTube, all right, for a few days. And then if you want to watch the 8 basic building blocks and use it for your downlines, make sure you subscribe for VTube. 50 RSP, rank advancement covered. Guys, this is week 24. I love the number 24. All right, my birthday. All right, week 24, Limitless Bonanza is still happening. The V is doing V Connect. For every region, make sure you talk to your upline and log in. All right. The world is normalizing, which means that you can meet more people, engage more people, go back into aggressive network marketing. But remember what I said on my last Instagram live, where the level of performance that you did during the last 8 weeks, don't allow it to taper down. Maintain it. All right, this is your business. This is about your financial freedom, guys. All right, and this is our time to shine. QNet is going to conquer the world. All right, and if you're not doing anything tonight, go into YouTube, go into VTube and watch the 8 basic building blocks and look at how funny I look. All right, and remember the foundation that got you started, and make sure you are duplicating the 8 basic building blocks within your whole organization. that it is the easiest module to duplicate for people to use to sustain and build their organization with the right amount of information, the right amount of work that they have to do, which represents the foundation of building your max out tower. All right. So commitment, commitment, commitment. All right. And right now I'm telling you sincerely, raise the bar higher in your commitment. Pay the price now and enjoy later. All right. Make sacrifices now. Okay. You don't need a balanced life now. You need your QNet life. And then when you're financially free, enjoy life, guys, to the max. Commitment, commitment, commitment. Get it from your downlines by monkey see, monkey do. You raise your bar higher, they will raise their commitment bar higher. Number 2, the list. The dream list, which I think is the most important document you will ever own in your life, because that reflects your dreams. What you really want out of this journey with us and the journey of QNet. And then your name list, which is your foundation of finding your max out kings and queens, finding the people who are today like V partners. Because you think about it, every V partner was on somebody's list. I was on Dato Sri Vijay's list. Can you imagine that? Alright, that every max out king and queen today was a name on somebody's list. And that is how important your list is. So I love you guys. Welcome to week 24. Alright, no switching off, no relaxing, no comfort zone. Alright, wake up, smell the coffee, and make week 24 your most unbelievable week. I love you guys so much. Alright, and my Wednesday message is coming. VTube, remember, register for VTube for free. Just register and you get to see our weekly videos for a longer period. Or not, it's only there for 24 hours. So why? Just register for free right now, right after this Insta Live. All of you, register for free for VTube. And then upgrade and subscribe by buying an RSP package for 50 RSP. Then you get every video, including Dato Sri Vijay's videos, 24 hours a day. I love you guys. Welcome to an exciting week of the same number as my birthday, week 24. So as a gift to me, make this your greatest week ever. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me on Insta Live. Love you guys. Love you, love you, love you, love you guys.